All right, so in this project, first thing is to import the design into the workspace. So I've included this PNG file of the design. You can use that, or you can use this method for your own design. So the first thing I like to do is select this black and white filter, and that just helps with the image trace. So let's then click the trace image button, and the software works on that. So you can see it does a good job. It's got everything outlined, but you may need to do this smoothness slider. You might want to adjust that up so that way you can get a good outline of the image. So you want to make sure that it's smooth, because that blue line is the path that your laser is going to follow as it cuts it out. So we save that. Now let's just drag the outline off of the image, and let's remove the image. The next thing we want to do is clean up or remove any elements from the design that we don't want. Everything looked pretty good, except I wanted to remove from the image this little sun ray and a dot above it. I just didn't think that looked uniform, so I'm going to cut that out. And then I'm going to reposition the other sun rays to fill in that gap. Just that way everything looks even on it. So just a little bit of using the arrow keys on your keyboard, you can slide those in and move them around, make those very fine adjustments. So with that done, let's look around at the rest of the image, and everything looks good. The next thing we want to do is create a backing board, and because this has so many small pieces and not all the pieces are connected like the sun rays and the cross, we need something in the back to hold all this stuff together. So I'm using the outline tool, and I'm going to just let it create an outline. Now, one thing about it is this is larger than the overall shape of the design. So I'm going to want to fix that. I want it to be exactly the same size as the original cutout. So to do that, I'm going to select the original and get the numbers, the exact dimensions of that, and then just transfer that over to the outline that we had created just now. So I'll enter that in, and then what we'll do is just get the height, and then I'll just drag that up there and line it up. So, okay, a little bit, maybe a little out of the line there. So let's double check our numbers. Oh, they're different, so okay, so yes, I forgot to unlock the outline, so that way I can adjust the width and the height independently. So just watch out for that. That's a little mistake, but sometimes that is a handy tool to have. So, and sometimes you want to adjust those independently. So just double check your numbers. Now everything should line up. And so, and notice the horizontal and the vertical blue line. That tells us that we have these two lined up perfectly. So the next thing I wanted to do is create a tab for the backing board. So on the material I'm using is 12 inches by 12 inches, and that's just not enough material to put these on the same cutout. So I'm going to put it over in another tab and just run it separately from the main design. So now the next thing that we want to do is let's set up the laser parameters. I'm using a D1 with a 5-watt laser, so my settings may be a little bit different than what you need for your laser, so you may need to do a test cut to get the perfect settings. And I've got a preset for this, and it's 100% on the power, 4 millimeters a second, and doing 5 passes, and that works really well for this particular laser and cutting it out. And a little tip there I did was use Control A or Command A on a Mac. And what that does is that selects everything on the canvas, and that way you can set that parameter for all at the same time. This next step is optional, but I wanted to show you how you can kind of review what's going to be cut out, and all we do is simply just change that to engrave, and now you can see that everything's filled in, and it just really helps you visualize what you're going to get whenever you run this on your laser and cut it out. And we just switch that back to cut. All right, the next thing, let's just set this up on the laser and cut. Make sure that you're following all the safety precautions for your laser. Wear all your personal protective equipment when you're running the laser, and don't leave it unattended. And so there's the final product. We added a little bit of paint as an accent colors and just glued it together. Thank you for watching.